Hi, I'm Natasha Lockhart. Have you been to the new donut shop in town? Oh, yum.
And I'm Stacy Beck. The biggest event of the year is coming, Fiesta Days. Why do we love Fiesta Days? We'll tell you.
And I'm Angie Murphy. I'm just filling in today. We will get serious about women's health. I can't wait for that.
All this and more coming right up on Studio Chatter. Welcome to Studio Chatter. How you doing?
Hi, good.
Well, Afwa is still on vacation, so Angie is filling in. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me back. Three times. Third is a charm, maybe.
Yes, yes.
You're good. We're excited.
We love
Thanks for
having you here.
me. Thanks, guys.
You've been on vacation yourself.
I have. I just got back from Lake Powell and trying to get a natural tan, but
How was Lake Powell?
It was so fun, you guys. The water is just rising, and so every day we're having to pull the ropes in to move the houseboat further
Really?
up. But no accidents. We've been accident prone in our family at Lake Powell,
wow.
but yeah, nothing bad happened, and
good.
just a really good
Is
time.
it nice and hot?
Really hot. It was like over 100 every day, about 105.
Oh my
But
gosh.
you just jump in the water, and so you really
cools right
don't
off.
notice. Yeah, get on the boat and feel the breeze, and it's so beautiful down there.
So, Angie, I know
Wow.
usually when you go on vacation, you do like a tanning bed or
Right.
a self-tanner.
right.
Tisk tisk.
I know. And I've been so busy, and my daughter's warned me against tanning beds, and so I really haven't used it in like 3 or 4 months. And so we've been doing self-tanner.
Good for
And I think
you.
we're gonna, and it was really hard for me to adjust because I love to just get in those tanning beds and just feel the heat and the warm. But I was starting to see more and more freckles and moles and different fine lines.
I'm amazed. I'm actually amazed at how popular tanning beds
I know, still
are.
I know,
Still.
because of people like me. Because I love to feel just that heat and that natural sun, but it's not good for the body.
So what have you found?
So anyway, my daughter Mallory, she just is always looking around for new cool things in the makeup and beauty stuff. But anyway, she got online and found this Saint Tropez, and I think I'm saying that right. Maybe Natasha knows better.
Maybe Saint Tropez.
If you want to speak French. Anyway, this was one that had 5 stars, and so we found it at Ulta, and it comes in 3 different sizes. This one was the best bang for the buck, the bigger one, and it was $42. And then these little mitts that they sell are $6.50, and so it's for easy application. But you guys, I am so wary because my sister used to use a Maui Wowie or whatever, and it was just like goopy and just would stain everything. So I was super hesitant, but this works so good, and I have not had any lines, and it doesn't stick to your clothing. So, okay, do you want to hear how you do it?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I usually shower, shave, and then I put a light lotion on, not anything really thick,
Oh,
just
you
a
do?
thin. Yes, because any dry spots that you have anywhere on your body, it kind of smooths that over so that you don't get patchy spots, even on,
Yep.
your knuckles and that thing. Anyway, and then you put on your little mitt, and then you pump. This is a mousse, and so it really is kind of streak free. And so you pump a little bit on there. I could show you guys if you want to. So it comes out like that.
Oh, wow.
And so then you just, I don't mind having this, and then you just rub it in to your skin like that. And it smells really good.
Holy cow, I
On
can
the
see it
ad it
turning your
says,
skin a different
I know,
color
and
right
it has a
now.
little bronzer in it. And it's supposed to be mood enhancing fragrance. I don't know about that.
my. Oh,
it
but
doesn't
anyway,
smell
it
like the
just
lotion I've
yeah,
done.
and it just blends in really easily in just a few pumps, and like it does like your whole body
Okay,
part.
keep rubbing that in or you're going to leave with a line.
So anyway,
Well, I brought
And
mine.
then how long does this last?
this usually lasts about 3 to 4 days, and I am just amazed. You can leave it on an hour for a light tan, 2 hours for a darker, and then 3 hours for the
Oh, I
darkest.
love this idea.
I've left it on overnight and totally hasn't stained my clothing or anything.
Oh, I
and
love
rinse
that.
off. I love it.
So you leave it on for an hour, then go rinse off again?
Yeah, then go rinse off in the shower. If you want to go darker, then leave it on for
Well,
2
this
hours.
is the best because there's nothing worse than the orange hands.
Right.
Like, oh, did you use a self tanner?
Right.
No.
Right.
And
And then
no, I
afterwards,
haven't.
I usually just, for my hands, I just take the little mitt and just kind of rub over the top of it. And
Perfect.
I haven't really had any problems with it. I've loved it.
That's
Really
great.
good
What did you
product.
bring?
I brought Roden and Fields. My daughter sells that, so this is 23 for this size, and it's also it's called foaming sunless tan. So it's like a mousse as well, and it comes out white. And it says odor free, but neither of mine are 100% odor free, but nothing like 5 years ago when I was using self tanners. So
Are those all over body, or is that one's not?
I
for
use it
face?
on my legs, my face. I put it everywhere. And then this one's about $6 or $8, and it's just Jergens.
I've used that before, and I do like it.
And I do like it, but when I'm done, because I
I've
just
used that
use
one
my
before, too.
hands, and then when I'm done, I just put soap in and just kind of scrub my hands like that,
Right.
And then
and
just
kind of
kinda-
take a cloth or something. Sometimes I'll just like rub along my lines so that in case there's a little that comes off. I don't know.
Well, things have certainly advanced. So my best friend is a master esthetician, and so she's tisk, do not ever get in a tanning bed. Years ago, my guilty pleasure though, I'm kind of naturally dark just because my ethnicity. But I did find when I was pregnant there was such thing as a leg tanner. So I could sit on a chair and stick my legs in the leg tanner for 12 minutes because that's all I cared to have tan were my legs for 12 minutes, and it was perfect. Yes, yeah.
I was
So that's all I still to this day that's still really all I kind of care about. But I have found L'Oreal Sublime Bronze, and it's actually called it's just a makeup. It's yes. So it's a body makeup.
Okay.
So you put it on and
so
then
you
off at the
yeah
end
you
of the
yes
night.
it's
Okay.
really so if you just want to be bronze for the evening, you can just, and same thing, you could do just apply it and you can wash your hands and you're just good to go
That's
for
so
the
great,
day.
because I've used like powder bronzer sometimes
Yes,
to
it's
even up
and
something.
it's this
Oh,
is
that's
this
great.
so this is this is not a dime store, a drugstore find, and it's like $6.
Awesome.
So
But it comes off the next day.
Yes, so this will wash off the next day.
Does it stain clothes? Like, does it stick to it?
It can, but it
Okay.
will wash off.
Okay.
It's not anything that's going to stain per
Okay.
se. So this is
Okay.
a great little
Awesome.
gem. So yes, we're already nearly out of time. But and if you want to stay safe in the sun, just a couple of other little things that I've brought that I have found also from my friend Dermalogica for your kids. I like this to stay safe in the sun.
Okay.
This is the protection, the 50 Sport, and then after sun.
Okay.
So this is kind of the cooling to go on afterwards, and then Image to protect
you
your
love
face.
Image.
I love Image, yes. Okay, anything else getting on your nerves this summer, really quick?
We were talking about door-to-door salespeople. There's been a lot, and we appreciate people making a living that way.
But don't come to our house.
Oh my word. So yes, just really, really fast, and on that note, I have had, I can't even tell you how many, the trend this summer, not even insects, but solar. Solar just seems
solar's
to
the
be
new big one, isn't it?
yes,
Yeah.
yes. Like I really would love to save some money and get some credit, but
Right.
not
No,
20
thank you.
times a day.
Right.
Love ya.
Yeah.
Wow, that is a lot.
A lot, yes. They're hitting the neighborhoods hot and heavy.
Yep. Well, we haven't answered our door. That's why we don't know what they're selling.
Yes.
We just
I
know they're
avoid.
selling something.
I do avoid.
We'll talk with a woman that really knows what it takes to be really healthy. Stay with us. Welcome back to Studio Chatter. Mental, physical, and emotional health are major concerns in our society, especially for women. And to get some answers, we would like to welcome Nanny Manley to the program.
Thank you for having me.
Of
so great to be here.
course.
Do you pronounce your name? Let's start with name. Nanny.
Yes.
Nani.
Nani. There you go.
Oh,
Just pretend
I'm
there's an I.
I'm so
You're
sorry.
totally fine. You did great. Yeah,
And
just
you're
pretend
from
there's
Brazil?
I'm from Brazil. That's
long?
where it comes from.
Okay.
Nani.
Nobody
Nani.
corrected me. I'm so ashamed.
No, please don't be. Please don't
okay,
be.
we can start over.
You bet.
Be friends still, right?
You bet. You bet. Please don't even worry about
Okay,
that.
so Brazil.
Yes. So I actually came here. I came to BYU just when I was 18, right after high school. I came to study English. Met a very handsome gringo, made sure there stayed. So, and we
it.
have been married for 13 years now.
Oh,
So,
congratulations.
What brought you
you.
to Spanish Fork?
So housing. So we were
That's
living.
what
Yes,
brought us
yes,
to.
absolutely. So that's actually where we purchased our first home about 10 years ago now. And when it was time to upgrade, our family was growing. I have 3 children, and we just loved it. And it was right at the time that Costco was open. It's like, here I'm staying. So
Right. Yeah.
Got a Costco check.
Yes. It's hard not to fall in love with Spanish Fork, right?
is.
And
It's
then
beautiful.
Costco, right? So it's just everything
Match
falls
made
right
in
into
heaven.
place. Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So your background is in what So what is actually your degree?
Yeah, so it's in health. So I am actually a massage therapist. That's the first one that I went into. I have always loved body and image and and movement. For me, movement is really the language of the soul. And so I went into fitness with Zumba. So that was the next part of my degree and experience. And then now I'm a certified nutrition advisor actually. So I kind of extended that to the nutritional portion as well. It's very integrative. That's kind of how I like to see it, my work that I do. And I have been working with women's health for about 4 years now.
Wow.
Okay, and that was my question. What made you focus on women's health?
Oh, you bet. So being a mom was actually a very shock for me when I noticed that I spent most of my day taking care of everyone else. And at the end of the day, so many times I would be like, gratifying, but I'm exhausted and my bucket is empty. So, and I see that so many with my girlfriends as well, with, my family members and everything. So for me was, how can we fill mom's bucket so that we can serve more, we can be more present and no longer be selfish expecting others to fill our needs when we take that time, that me time, to do self-care. So a lot of times people think of self-care like going out with my girlfriends. And for me, self-care is taking care of everyone along with myself. I'm deserving of that too. So that's what drove me.
And I think deserving is a really good word, because I think a lot of times we feel like that me time is selfish time.
Right.
But I think it's so important that we do spend a little bit of time focused on ourselves, because we can't keep giving. There's a point where we get to that bottom of the bucket.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I've been there before, and I had to think to myself, like, why am I here? And I actually went to a psychologist, and she said, you've just been putting things in the bucket, and then you pull them all out, and now you're to the bottom.
Yeah.
And there's nothing left there.
You're great.
So
you're
what's
right.
going to make you happy? You've got to start filling your own bucket with what makes you happy too.
As well.
So
You're so right.
interesting.
I love using the phrase, you can't draw water from an empty well. That's how I tell my moms that I work with. And water is life-giving, and that's kind of how we feel as moms at home, right? If I'm not there, life falls apart. Right? So with that, it's like, well, where am I getting my water from? So I feel that I'm deserving of the time, of the resources to go into taking care of my mental health, my physical health, my emotional health. And now I'm so much more present in there, and I can give so much more. So that's what drove me.
What are some of the ways that you advise to do that?
Oh, I love journaling. I'm a really early riser, actually, so that's some of the things that I do for me. I teach Zumba for others, but I meditate for myself. So I do that. And in the summer, I just really love nature and appreciating the beauty that we have all around us. So gratitude is what raises me, it fills my bucket for sure. So that's how I do.
And you're giving a lot back to the community.
Yes.
Kind of, what things have you been doing recently to be involved in our community and give back?
Yes, absolutely. So I have been, for the last 3 years or so, I have been working a lot within the school system. So I come as guest speakers, and I do mainly health classes. I speak, depending on the module that the students are in, I'll speak about body image, about mindset, about emotional health, or teach Zumba. So, and that's actually one of the things that we are doing right now. We are teaching Zumba classes just at the North Park. It's a free event, just right behind Costco at the splash pad right there. So every Saturday morning at 8 a.m. we're there.
For free?
Yes, for free.
Do you have to have any sort of rhythm to be in this class?
Not at all. You can be as white as they
That's
come.
why I'm white.
A big moo-moo.
You can't. Do you know, that's honestly, I think that's one of the funnest things about Zumba is because you can kind of.
It
You
just
jazz it
looks
up a
fun.
little bit.
You
Yes.
bet. You bet.
Super fun.
It's your own rhythm.
Jump around.
You
and
bet.
Have a little
I
fun with
think I
it.
so humiliate myself.
I know.
I've never taken a Zumba class.
Not at all. It's muscle memory. It's just like riding a bike, and in the beginning it's going to be hard,
I've
but you
never
get
had
there.
rhythm though, so that's what I'm saying.
That's not true. That's not true. You were on the dance team in high school,
See?
right?
I don't know.
Right.
How my kids even wonder, Mom, how did you ever get to drill team?
You can always clap. You can always clap.
And I even wonder about that.
So on a serious note, though, body image. What is it in today's society that has such a negative impact on young girls? I mean, is it? Do you think it's the media? Is it?
Yeah, so from my experience, what I'm seeing, definitely, technology has changed the way we interact with people, the way we see ourselves. And I always like to use the phrase that, comparison, when we compare ourselves, we take grace away. Like we whenever we compare, we're not being compassionate towards ourselves either, because we compare people's front stage to my background, right? To my backstage, to like how the crazy hair looks in the morning, to all done up, and whatnot for an interview or something. So what I really like to remind people is that your value and my value does not change because of what you do or don't do or have or don't have. Right. So whenever I think about it that way, it helps me so much to understand that people's values won't change no matter the color of their skin or the crazy hair or even their weight or whatever. There's always a reason, and I don't know that reason. I don't know what all they come with, right? Their package and whatnot. So it helps me become less judgmental towards others and towards me. And whenever I can feel that compassion for myself, and that's where the confidence, I believe, comes from. So the comparison, the quick access to whatever else other people are doing and seeing, I think definitely has helped us become disconnected with ourselves. And that's where I think that integrative portion of mental, physical, filling up your bucket comes back in.
Well, whatever you're doing, I think you're doing something right, because I can literally feel
her
positive
Yeah.
energy.
just
Like
gonna
I
say
can
that, like,
feel it coming off of you. It's amazing.
I'm like, and I don't know if I've comprehended everything, so say it all again. So it can sink in.
Is the accent? Do you need captions? Maybe.
No, I love that part of it.
No, that's why I'm like, oh yes, keep talking.
I think there's a term called self-actualization out there, and I don't even know how to explain. But for me, the way that I understand is I love you and I can love me, therefore I can love others. And I think we're missing that. We make so much of other people's behaviors and thoughts and words towards us make something mean about us when it's more about them. So, Stacey, if I tell you that I love you, love won't come out of me and make you feel something. I feel love when I say that I love you. And your brain makes it mean something else, right? Make it mean something that maybe is pleasant to you, or maybe you can just dismiss it. Right? So I think when people start to make so many things mean something about them, that's where it's like shame and guilt and comparison, like, oh, that mom does that and that person has that house and she lost all the baby weight and I haven't yet. And it's like, what? And that's where the bucket is getting really low, right?
You need to be
So,
a therapist.
oh, I would be a horrible one.
No,
because
I'm like, I want
She
to.
just has awesome positive affirmation. Oh, it was just awesome having
You guys, I have my
bad.
I have my bad days too, and that's why Zumba fills my bucket that way.
Well,
the
thank
good
you for
energy.
offering that
Yes,
to our
yes,
residents,
absolutely.
and hopefully they can come down and join
Hope so
you,
too.
and I'm sure we'll see you throughout our community, giving back and helping other women just be their best selves.
You bet.
Thank you. You've helped
Thank
us
you.
today for sure.
Yeah.
I feel better.
Yes, you're such a joy. Thank you
for
so
having me.
much. Coming up next, we love Fiesta Days. Our next guest will tell you why. Don't go anywhere. We would love to have you share our YouTube channel, youtube.com/SF17 Studio Chatter. Welcome back to Studio Chatter. July means Fiesta Days for Spanish Fork, and we have invited a few friends to share with us what makes Fiesta Days so special to them. And we will just have you gals introduce yourselves. We'll go this direction and how you are connected to Fiesta Days.
Okay. Well, my name is Lil Shepherd, and I am connected to Fiesta Days because I'm the oldest one here. And I've been connected for almost 65 years, and it's my family's favorite thing. And we have so many memories and traditions, and I was on the Fiesta Days committee with my husband as the chairman one year, and our kids thought it was the best, so Fiesta Days rocks.
Indeed.
I am Amber Mendenhall, and I grew up here in Spanish Fork, and it's always been my favorite holiday. And my husband and I also were on the Fiesta Days committee, and we were chairman. And it's better than Christmas for us. We love it. We love it.
I'm Ashley Stratton, and I grew up here also in Spanish Fork. And I was also Miss Spanish Fork in 2008, and I got to see a different side of Fiesta Days doing that. I got to host some fun things, and things that I didn't even know existed in Fiesta Days, I got to see when I did that. So that was really fun. And now I celebrate it with my kids, so I feel like I've seen some different sides of it.
Well, we're so
Awesome.
excited to have you guys here and want to hear. We're going to talk a lot, so let's start with memories. What are some of your very best fondest memories of Fiesta Days? Ashley, should we start with you and go this way?
I'd have to say some of my fondest memories were one, just waking up for the grand parade. It just seemed so magical to start the day off with a big parade, and we always looked forward to going to the rodeo too. That was one of our favorites. I always remember just getting to stay up late and go see the rodeo was always so fun for all of us. So those are probably two of my most favorite memories as a child.
Okay.
When I think about it, when I was younger, it was the rodeo. That was, and still is my favorite. I used to see the rodeo princesses and want to be one of them. I remember as a little girl seeing them ride around and just wish I could be one.
Yeah.
The rodeo was just my favorite growing up. So that was a big one for me.
Okay.
So.
What about you?
Okay, this is going to sound really strange, but the favorite memory is the 23rd of July because my mom and all of my siblings, we gathered and went down and saved our place at the park. She sat at the exact same spot every single year.
I love that.
And to this day, my children, in fact, I sent out a text to my kids today and said, what's your favorite memory or favorite thing to do on Fiesta Days? And they all were unanimous. The 23rd is the favorite.
Oh, I love
Because
that.
the food
That's
trucks
so
are
fun.
there
Yeah.
and just sitting like literally on Main Street from 6 in the morning until 6 at night. That's our favorite.
And I always thought those people were crazy, Lil.
At least we don't sleep there.
But your chairs stay there?
Oh, yes.
Oh, you're
That's
lucky.
so fun.
Yeah, we love
Wow.
it. Yeah.
I remember Mike and I, when we were first married, we lived in a house just right there on Center Street. And it was our first year of marriage, and we used to go out and watch him put the carnival up. And it kind of scared me a little bit to see him put the carnival up. Who does
That still
it?
scares me. You're not the only one.
But we used to go out there every year while we were first married and watch him put it up and get so excited. So, yeah, that's another memory.
It's a little crazy how
Yeah, I was
quickly
like,
it
I
goes
don't know if
up
I'll
and
ride that
comes
again.
down. Yeah, I agree with that totally.
Yeah.
I do love that they've not changed that rule though, that you can still lay out your blankets and your chairs and you know,
so
because
nice.
that is tradition I think for a lot of families. You kind of have your spot and you stay there and you have your little
I do.
area.
I see you guys every year at the
I
same
know.
spot, even
Way
when you're on
better.
your mission.
Yes.
Yeah, you just have to be respectful and follow the guidelines from the police department.
Right, and I think you are
And-
supposed to stick with your chairs like through the day. So if you
Yes.
don't, then they'll come and take your chairs. So
Yes, and someone else may move your
Move right
chairs.
in.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
but we take treats, and it literally is an all-day event,
Right.
and it's so fun.
It's fun.
I think since I was little, I've only missed Fiesta Days once from being out of town, and I felt like I missed the best holiday of the
Christmas
year.
Yes.
And I remember telling my husband, we will never ever plan a vacation again.
No, you
those
can't
2
miss
weeks,
it.
like, why would you want to go away? I think it's
Yeah,
just the best.
I feel like a lot of people don't realize too. There's so many things that happening before the 23rd
Yes.
of July. Because I remember that's what my eyes were open to when I was Miss Spanish Fork. I got to judge an art contest, which was so fun, and I got to judge the baby contest.
Oh, yeah.
And I got to do. I mean, they have the little duck races that they do that you can buy your tickets at the fire station. Take your kids to the fire station and buy tickets for the duck race. I remember doing that. And there's the children's bike parade. There's so many things leading up to the 24th
Yeah.
that are
Yes.
so
A lot of
fun.
people don't know
So many
that.
activities
yeah.
for everyone.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, it's literally
That's what I
like
love.
Christmas in July.
Yes.
And I think when you're the queen of that event, like the royalty for those 3 days, I mean, you have to feel that way when you get to wave to everybody for those 3 days. And the royalty of the grand
rodeo.
parade, and yes,
Yes.
right in around the rodeo and the arena. I mean, that
Yes.
just has to feel like so special and awesome.
It is so fun. The little girls just think you're a princess and you're a magical, so it's so fun.
Were you guys in parade? So she was in the parade. Have you guys been in the parade before?
Yes.
A few times.
A few
Tell
times.
us about that. Why were you guys in the parade?
Well, we were in the parade when we were on the Fiesta Days committee.
Okay.
But we basically had to ride around and just make sure everything was going okay.
Police
and,
everything.
And then I've had to ride in it with Mike because he's on the city council. So
Okay.
I've got to do that.
And same with me when I was on the city council, the 4 years, riding in the parade, and also the Icelandic Association.
Right.
We've had different floats and things in the parade. And, oh goodness, of course, the great 20-year high school reunion.
That's true. I forgot. I've been in it for that. Not you girls yet, but one day you will be there.
Yes.
Yes. Do you know what's funny? I think all growing up, there was only maybe 1 or 2 years that I wasn't in the parade. Because I was always in it for dance,
Something.
a dance or softball or
Yeah.
student council. Or I felt like I was always in the parade.
And that's what brings in so many people there.
Yeah.
There's the
Yes.
karate classes, the baseball teams, the dance groups, but that's probably half the crowd is just watching their kids and supporting them.
Yeah.
But that's so fun for families.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Creates those traditions and gives kids confidence and excitement.
And my in-laws live about a block and a half off the top of Center Street, and so we would all park there at 8:30, walk to the top of Center Street, everyone with their lawn chairs, watch the parade, then go back to their house and just spend the whole day. So it's fun to hear different traditions. Like some people do a big breakfast for everybody, or I remember one family in our community, they took their kids to the rodeo every year, and so I thought, when I grow up and I'm a mom, I want to provide tickets for my children to the rodeo, and so we do now.
Yeah.
And it's just fun, and they
Yes.
all love it.
They do love it.
Yeah.
It's a great tradition. The rodeo is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, the best rodeo around.
Right? I was gonna say that.
I remember I couldn't wait every year getting ready for rodeo time, getting my boots every year, getting ready to go buy my boots every year. I was so looking forward to that.
I did the
That
same.
was so awesome. Yeah.
My little boy's going to do the mutton busting this year for the first time. Yes, I'm so excited.
Excited.
Oh, that is
That's
exciting.
I've always thought that my son would do that, and I convinced him to do it. So he's going
That's
to.
So has he ever tried to ride a
No,
sheep?
and we said, my husband's like, should we try and practice like on a dog or something? I'm like, no, we're just going cold turkey because I think he'll freak out if he knows
Yes.
what it's really like.
Just let him
So-
get on.
Hold that thought. More about Fiesta Days coming up. Let's continue the conversation here about Fiesta Days. So we left off with mutton busting. So that's good. So that's going to be
That's
new
good.
for you this year.
That will be new for us this year. My little boy is so excited to go and do it, and we actually convinced another cousin to do it with him, so he won't be alone.
That'll make it better.
Yeah.
Is he going to ride it frontwards or backwards?
I tried to tell him he could write it backwards, but he will not. He's like, I will write it forward, so he is going to write it forward.
And did you have to put your name in or something, and then they just pick?
So you go and you submit your name, and then they just
A
pick.
drawing.
It's like
Okay.
a drawing, and then they let us know on July 8th. So I should know soon.
You go to the city recreation office, correct?
No, I actually dropped it off at.
Used to be.
The name just slipped my mind, but it's a paint company, I think. Or I'm sorry, I could be getting that wrong. But you don't drop it off at the recreation office.
Okay.
You can just Google it and find out on.
At least it's not a bull mom. I think I would, I think I'd want to write it forward as well. I don't know. You've got a couple in rodeo too, so
I know.
yikes. It has to start somewhere, right?
Yes.
So Amber, what are some of your things that you've been to recently that maybe are new or people might not know about?
When we were on the Fiesta Days committee, it opened our eyes to so many fun things that we didn't even know about. And so every year we try to go to as many things as we can. We go to the movie night in the park, love it, and then we go to the what's the fireworks show that they call it now? I used to call
Pyro Musical.
the Pyro
The new
Musical
one.
is the best. It's my favorite.
I think that was
love
my
it.
favorite thing.
It was
It's on July the 15th. I just got an email about it
okay.
today.
Okay.
Yes.
It was in a neighborhood, and then it was at the junior high, and now it's moving down to the sports park, and they're going to have 10 food trucks there.
Yes.
I mean, emailed
Everyone
my
should come.
friends and
It is
And
so.
when is it this year? Did you say
July
July
15th.
15th. Okay.
It is
Saturday
so
night.
fun.
It's like spectacular.
I think I remember that they did it at the junior high
Yeah.
recently.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, yep.
I
That's the
remember.
one.
Yeah, like standing ovation. Like I loved it. And then we always go to the flag retirement. That is.
Yeah, that gets you every time to make you
And I
feel-
always end up. It's so patriotic, and I end up in tears. But it is a must, and I make our kids go. And I
so
think it's
great.
very important. I love it. Love it. So those are some of our favorite. We try to make it to everything, but those are some of
are
our
top two.
favorite. And
Okay.
rodeo.
Are the books out yet?
No, the magazines will be mailed and hopefully delivered like the 5th, 6th, 7th of July.
So fairly
Yeah.
soon.
Yep.
Because that's if you can keep those nearby, it always has
Shows
a really
everything.
great running list of everything that you can participate in, because I was a little unaware too of everything that started so early and everything that you can go to.
Yeah, that book will tell you everything.
It's a great guide.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just last year, I found out through some of my neighbors that there was a co-ed kickball tournament. So we signed up all our spouses, and we all participated. We didn't win,
But
but
it's fun though. I've done
yeah, it
that
was
too.
really fun.
Some of my kids do that every
Yeah.
year. They love it.
It's
I
really
see they
fun.
also have spike ball through the Parks and Rec, so that's another
Okay.
opportunity.
Oh, fun.
That
I
is
love
fun.
that.
Okay.
So, Lil, what about you? What have you enjoyed in
Oh,
this?
well, one of our favorites is also the flag retirement.
Cool.
But another tradition for the girls would be the sidewalk sales. We love the sidewalk sales. And of course, the dance in the park,
Oh,
the
yes.
street dance.
Street dance is
dance.
always so fun. The kids love it. Yeah.
And the band, they have had the same band, I think, I don't know if they did it last year. We were gone. But I can't remember their name, but they're really good.
It is Jersey Street.
Yeah, Jersey Street, that's
Yes.
the one.
They're going to perform at the car show.
Okay. So just there's just so many activities, just so many things to do, and something for everyone.
I agree. There's something for everyone. And being on city council now, I try to go to everything as well. And there were a lot of firsts last year. Like I had never been to the flag retirement ceremony, and I just thought to myself, why?
What was I missing?
I know, it's so neat. And then my youngest son is really into cars. So 2 years ago, we went to the car show. It was so cool.
And they're good ones. Yeah.
Yeah, and so I'm just like, oh, everyone, everything. There is something for older, younger, the whole family, individuals, girls' night out.
It's
Yes.
depressing when it's done. Like
is.
it's really like
Unless
I
you're
wake up on the
committee.
25th. Yeah.
Right, because then you know it's like back to school.
Yeah.
And
It's
like,
like, oh.
I
Good time
remember
of
as
year.
a teenager, the 24th of July was like that. Kind of like summer's almost over, Mark.
Yes.
Let's start school shopping.
It
School
really
starts
is.
in about 3 to 4 weeks.
It really is.
It's kind of depressing.
yeah.
very depressing.
Oh,
True.
But keep out those books though, because it's a very, very good guide. And as you mentioned, there's something for everyone. You mentioned two of my favorites. I love the shopping and I love to eat. So there you go. You'll see me. Well, last year it was me pushing around the stroller with the big Texas Twister and some type of food.
Those are yummy.
yeah.
Refilling it every chance I
Yeah.
could.
But you know, Fiesta Days wouldn't be Fiesta Days without all of the volunteers.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
isn't that the
That
truth?
help
so many.
everywhere. Yes, and of course, Spanish Fork City staff does an amazing job, but those volunteers. So if you see one with the shirt on,
Tell them thank
them
you.
thank you.
Yes, and one of my favorite things, I'm so glad you mentioned that, especially the ones in the park, just even picking up the trash. That is just
Yep,
another
just
reason
huge.
I love Spanish Fork. Just those volunteers, that's so
They're
amazing.
great.
Yes.
And we have to say the fish rodeo.
Oh, the
Yes,
fish
yes, and the fish rodeo.
The kids' favorite. Yes.
I never ran it. Also, the Speedy Spaniard. My family does
I
it,
have
but
not
I
done
have not
that.
done
I
it.
haven't either.
Have
But
you?
I'd like
Nay.
Okay,
No.
we're all okay. There we go. Bucket list. Bucket list.
Yes.
Bucket list. We're all gonna do it this year.
Stop
Yep.
eating all the
We're
food
so there. All right. Well, thank you so much, ladies.
Yeah,
That's
thank
all
you.
the time that we
It
have
was
today.
Thank you. Memories are great.
Yes.
Coming up next, if you don't know what a cowboy donut is, stay with us. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Some temptations are easy to resist, but a fresh, yummy donut is not one of them. Welcome our very own Brandon Gordon to the program.
Hi, Brandon. Hello.
Hi, ladies.
Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
So, what is it that you know about donuts?
Not much, but I'm learning.
Well, we're intrigued.
What made you start a donut shop here in Spanish Fork?
That's a good question. So my cousin started Cowboy Donuts with his father-in-law 7 years ago in Rock Springs, Wyoming. And about 4 years ago, I started harassing him. I had a little bug after we had sold our pizza shop that was here in town. And so I just started harassing him, saying, come to Spanish Fork, let's do something. And then last year, my son and I, we went up there and were banging down the door. And anyway, over the last year, we just made it happen.
So it's not a franchise. It's just that you've kind of just followed his model.
Yeah, and
Okay.
we're partners. He moved to Utah, him and his wife, and they have 2 children. And they plan to open other locations, and they'll partner with each owner. You'll be a owner operator like me, and then they'll grow the brand, kind of like a Chick-fil-A model or a Kneaders
I like
model.
that, family owned and
Yeah.
run, that sort of deal.
Are you a foodie by nature?
Foodie?
Like, do you just love food?
Of course, I love food.
Who doesn't, right?
Yeah,
But a donut.
Foodie. So my cousin and his wife were on the Food Network. They were on Donut Showdown.
they were.
Yeah, they were on Donut Showdown, and they didn't win. They took second place, but you can find it on YouTube and watch it, and it was pretty cool. They were making fancy donuts, and my cousin even cut his finger on purpose, playing to the camera.
Really?
Yeah,
'Cause then
he had
maybe you
15
get a
minutes
free
left
win.
over, and he said, "I've got an extra 15 minutes," and so I'm playing to the camera, and so he cut his finger.
Oh
and,
my God.
and so it's pretty funny to watch on YouTube.
So you're actually in there making the donuts. I stopped by today and I saw you in there cutting the dough and that kind of stuff. So
Yeah.
you're hands-on with
Yeah.
the whole project.
Yeah, we're still training a lot of people and trying to get them all up to speed so that we can,
Okay, and another thing that I love is that you have the kolaches too.
yeah.
What is that?
Okay, tell them what it is. They are really good.
Yeah, so my cousin Derek, his in-laws are from Texas, and kolaches are really huge down in Texas.
I've
if you've
never
ever
heard
had
of it
one.
before.
No, I don't.
haven't either.
And a kolache, for those that don't know, is a slightly sweet dinner roll bread with breakfast stuff in the middle. We do some lunch ones, but like sausage and cheese, ham and cheese.
Okay,
That's the one that I had
did
today.
not need to know that. Maybe
It was so good, and the
Really
roll
good.
is just super soft.
Yeah.
And then they warmed it up in the microwave for me, and
Ooh.
even my 14, almost 15-year-old son, who's super picky, I let him try it and loved it. So yeah, it was really yummy.
Yeah, so those are fun too. We do over 55 different donuts, but we do do the kolaches as a breakfast option as well. So
So how much are you selling a dozen donuts for? How much is a box?
a regular glazed dozen $7.50, an assorted dozen is $10.99, and then the specialty that's got your fritters and your maple bars and things like that are $14.99.
Okay.
great
All right.
price.
why the name
So good question.
Cowboy Donuts? It's like
So-
a Spanish fork thing.
Yeah. So my cousin's wife, her grandfather was Cowboy Don.
Okay.
And so
cute.
being from Wyoming where they started
Yeah.
Cowboy, and that was another reason it fit well in Spanish Fork. We've got a few cowboys here.
Yes, we do.
And I should add that cowboy doesn't mean you have to come in with a big belt buckle and cowboy boots. Friday night we catered a wedding for an NFL football player in Salt Lake, and the Louis Vuitton purses were there and the fancy,
cool.
gals that.
And did you do like the donut wall where the donuts are
did.
on the wall? That is so cool.
Yeah, we did. There's one tonight going on that we did as well with our donut wall, and we have that for birthdays, showers, gender
really
reveals
cute.
are a big thing.
Oh, yeah.
We've done a lot of people want pink or blue donuts to reveal the gender of their baby.
So would you have ever even imagined that you'd be catering weddings, basically?
No, I
When you
mean
opened a donut shop?
we just wanted to do donuts, and then this donut wall idea popped up, and it was so cool Friday night. It was sort of the hit of the wedding.
Yeah, I
And
bet.
the
They're just
kids
so
would run up to
neat.
the bottom. The bottom shelf went the fastest because kids have two hands,
Right?
and they would run up and grab a cake donut and then a regular donut, and it was super fun to watch.
neat.
Men with raspberry coming out of the donut going down their white
my
tuxedo.
gosh.
It was perfect. It was a
So
perfect
what's your
night.
favorite donut?
I love the apple fritters,
Okay.
and I love the maple bars, and I love cake donuts, and I love.
Oh man.
If I had to
likes
pick
them all.
one, the donut that's sold out every day since we've opened has been our buttermilk crumb cake donut. And
sounds
we
good.
we keep making more every day, and we can't keep it in.
Buttermilk.
That's making me hungry.
That's a really good
So
one.
tell us where you're located and your hours.
Yeah, 1306 East Center Street, and we're open from 5 a.m. till 2 in the afternoon.
And that's right up by Tesoro and
Yep.
Highway 6.
Yep.
So I have to tell you, there were a couple of occasions that I did try stopping by and was like, let me in. And is there a reason that you close at 2 o'clock every day?
Absolutely. We close at 2 so we can go home and pet the dog and say hi to the kids and go back to bed and
go
wake
back
up
to
at
bed,
1:30 in the morning to go back and make donuts again.
Bakery
my
life is
word.
early. I worked at one. It is.
But the truth be told, we tried staying open later.
Okay.
And we get that question a lot.
Right.
Why are you closing at 2? And the sales just do not justify the man hours. And then keeping fresh product out is number one for us. We've
Okay.
never sold a day-old donut, and we never will. And we just want to make sure that everything's fresh. And so those are typical donut shop hours in most California shops or in Texas. And
So you do make everything like from 2 a.m. to 5 a.m. and not after 5?
we do after, yeah.
Oh, you continue to make things.
Yep.
So what do you do with all the leftovers? I just deliver them to people like us.
Yeah, we know where the Beck family lives.
Okay.
And no, we try and gauge it. If we had a crystal ball, we would know how much to make every day, right? And we do sell out some days.
Okay.
But if we do have, a few dozen left over, we take them to the state. We take them to
City Hall.
Yeah, definitely. Around town, businesses.
Studio chatter.
Studio chatter. Yes. But it's funny because there's plenty of opportunity to help in the community, through
Right.
Tabitha's Way and things
Right.
like that. And so yeah, we try not to waste.
Well, we've been needing a bakery. I know that
definitely
Spanish
have.
Fork Bakery shut down a few years
Brandon.
ago, and
Yeah.
I loved it.
Tell us
look at
about
this.
this
I
big-
made this special one for you. It's not quite our birthday donut. We do a birthday donut that we sell for $19.99 that we cut with a bucket. So it's almost
Wow.
twice this size, and we can write whatever you want on it. So
That's
You
a
cut
cute
with
idea.
a bucket?
yeah, so it's
that's
really
awesome.
huge, and we fry it up and ice it however you want. So I hurried through this one together, and
I think this would be
Well-
awesome for a teenager or a little kid to wake up on their breakfast.
Morning?
Yeah,
Yes,
or
I love
breakfast,
that.
yeah.
yeah.
That is-
Well, Aqua, it just doesn't seem fair that you're gone.
Oh, are we supposed to
Hers- yeah,
You dive right in. It is for
hers
you.
is the next birthday
Oh, yeah.
to celebrate.
Okay,
darn
so we're
it.
just gonna take a little piece off, right?
We're gonna
Yeah.
have to
Knock it
celebrate
out.
for her.
Travis is telling
Yeah.
us we're almost out of time.
Yeah,
so
and
Well, the
yes.
shop is darling. I
Yeah,
went in
this
there
one's-
today
Thank you.
again, and it was so
This
cute
one's
with the
for you.
chalkboard wall. I
Thank
love
you
it.
so much for being here.
Absolutely.
As we
Thanks for
indulge
having
our, our faces here.
Okay, well,
knock it out.
hi.
We're not
you
done
want
yet. Stay with us.
That is yummy.
Delish. If you haven't liked our Facebook page yet, now is your chance. Facebook.com/SF17 Studio Chatter. Get involved in the chatter. Got an idea for us? Share it. Wow, we have made it again. What did you learn today, ladies?
Well, I learned that I need to go to the Pyro Musical Fireworks. Never been there. That sounds amazing. And I also learned that I need to fill my bucket more. And that's okay.
That was
It's
some
okay
good
to do that.
advice.
It was great advice. I
She
feel
was
happy.
fun.
Yep, she was.
I would go with that.
Just I want to watch that segment again and just kind of let it soak in because it's kind of deep stuff.
It is really deep.
But I'm like, I want to listen to it again and think, hey, what do I need to do?
I just felt better with her here.
Oh,
so there
yeah.
must be something
I just
to
want
what
to
she
put
was
her
saying.
in my pocket. She
Yeah.
had amazing
Yeah.
energy.
Really
Yeah.
amazing.
Good stuff.
Yep.
Well, and just thinking about all the volunteers with Fiesta Days, all three of the women that came in today, all three of them served on different committees. I mean,
Right.
being Miss Spanish Fork, you're giving a lot back. With Amber and Lil both having been on the Fiesta Days committee.
All their different perspectives, but
Yeah.
still, it was all the same message. Like they love Fiesta Days, they love Spanish
it's
Fork,
here.
that-
It's
yes,
fun.
and it's
It's the
almost
best
here.
time.
Yep.
Yes. And I think for me, I mean, this is definitely my favorite time of year. Like rodeo season
Yeah.
is in full swing. Fiesta Days is nearly
got the
here.
shirt on,
yes,
ready to go.
yes. Rodeo
Food
time.
trucks,
Oh.
Texas Twisters, like you
Yeah,
said. It's just like there's some of those times that it's just
Oh, yes.
family memories when you're just taking your kids or going with your parents and meeting up with friends. And
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
And speaking of food,
The donuts. Oh, they were
Look
but
what
amazing.
he
before
does.
today, I was a cowboy donut virgin. Thank you, Brandon, for bringing
Even
these
donut
delicious donuts.
yeah, we didn't talk about
No,
these.
we didn't talk about the donut holes, but
If you eat a dozen of these, it equals probably one
Doesn't
donut.
count at all.
Oh,
it's just
these
a whole.
don't-
It's nothing.
these
It's
don't
empty
count.
calories. It's a
so
whole.
before he left, he said that he's down 12 pounds.
Isn't that amazing?
That's crazy. And he eats like 6 donuts a day. I
6
think he
donuts
said.
and like 12 of these, he said.
Yeah.
Because
He's
he's on
working
his
hard.
feet and burning that energy.
Yeah.
So
Fun idea.
amazing.
I loved the big donut for a kid's birthday.
I did too.
That
I
is
think
so
that's a
another
great
one,
idea.
just to
Or
be
to
safe.
ask someone to a dance, like that would be really
Oh, that
fun
would be
too.
fun.
I love
Well,
that.
guys,
Oh yes, one more point here before we wrap. Don't forget, we're having a hard time getting started.
we haven't even started it.
No, not
You
true.
have.
Not true. I'm 5 chapters in. It's definitely different. It's different than the last book that we read, but
Okay.
it's a bit intriguing.
Okay.
So don't forget the book club book is The Nest.
And I found mine in Durango, Colorado this last
Yes, amazing.
little trip, so I'm excited to start it. And we'll report back next time we meet, right? Is our book club. So we're going to be reading over the...
Angie,
I'm not reading it, but it looks beautiful.
you're required now.
Yeah, now I am.
She,
I'll try and
the
get a
Nesting
copy from
Co.
Stacy. The Nesting Co. should
be
read
required.
The Nest.
Yes. Thank you so much for filling in.
You're so welcome,
You're so
ladies. I've
awesome.
loved it. You guys are dear. Thanks for having me back.
Yes.
Thanks, Angie.
Yes. Until next time. Thanks for being here with us, and keep the chatter going.